Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Angry Dave's podcast. I'm Angry Dave. I have some guests today. It's the Stokes 3 with Mikey Steaks, Mikey Steak 'em Up, who has been a guest already. Flacco, who will be the prince of my podcast, and he will only have one name, and it's Flacco. And the special guest, Sylvester Gannone. Sylvester, we know each other really. We're South Philly guys. You went to the same middle school I did. You're a few years older than me. Introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. John Gannone.
What's up? Let's start from the beginning. Tell us about the beginning. What year were you born?
Oh, in 1973.
73
I
years?
feel like I'm a 74 baby because I was November 29th.
Gotcha.
So I was a mistake.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
So was my sister, who's older than me. I think my parents would have learned.
She's the man of the family.
Tell me about your family.
So yeah, one sister, older sister, 6 years.
Okay.
I grew up weird side of Philadelphia. So I was west side of Broad.
Yep.
But also north side of Snyder.
Okay.
So it was like, even where Michael grew up, a few blocks away, everybody was above Snyder. It was Jackson Street, 18th of Snyder.
Right.
Did you have prison?
I had prison.
Yeah.
Prison, for those who might be under 45 years old, is the first cable broadcast that we ever had here in South Philly.
And if you were on the other side of Broad, on the east side, you didn't have it.
That's correct.
Yes, which was
No,
crazy.
no.
So,
The whiskey's here. We're going to have fun now.
so the 15 shots that these guys did was not enough. We needed to get 2 more bottles of whiskey to do this, sir. So you grew up on the west side of Broad Street?
Yeah, so I was there. A few close-knit friends, very good. Most of the people were drug addicts in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. What's your first memory of childhood?
I went to Stephen Girard early,
Yeah.
and that's where Michael and I met. We were in kindergarten together.
Right.
So I didn't like school. As a pre-kindergarten, when you went to those schools, I would scream and cry, and I didn't like school until kindergarten.
Okay.
And I went to Stephen Girard, met Michael same year, and we were in kindergarten, first, second, third. He lived there. That was it. I was a normal kid in school.
Yeah.
I always thought I was funny.
It's such a lie.
But I was class clown
From the beginning.
Yeah.
What was home life like? You had your sister, she's 6 years older.
Yes. My sister, problem child, crazy.
Yeah. Mom and dad?
Mom and dad divorced in 1980. I was 7.
Okay.
Never seen them fight.
Really?
Arguments, yes, and all.
Yeah.
Never seen them fight. My father moved out. Moved in with my grandmother in the neighborhood. You know, we're having an argument.
Yeah.
But he would still come over. He was a firefighter in the city.
Yeah. And
he would come over.
Yeah, it's very
And I thought it was just going to be momentarily.
Right.
And I remember the day he told me he got an apartment.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? You're supposed to come home.
Right.
And he was like, and we cried. I'll never forget it. In 1980, I'm 7.
Yeah.
Crying in my grandmother's bedroom upstairs. Like, I can't believe, like,
we're
supposed to do this stuff. You just moved out. You're coming back.
Right.
And all. But my dad always stayed in the neighborhood.
Okay.
He literally, I lived on 60th and Moore. He bought a house on 18th and Mifflin.
Always a part of your life?
And stayed there. Always.
Okay.
Like, over the top. Did everything right.
Got it. Yeah.
And it was just, it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, right.
And then both of my parents remarried.
Yeah.
And I had the most amazing
step-parents.
Yeah. I literally had 4 parents.
But your mom married Mike, right?
Yes. So my mom married Mike, and my dad married a woman, Rosemary, from Pittsburgh, that he had a crush on when in Atlantic City in the 70s, 60s. And they wound up seeing each other. I've truly been blessed that way. They've been just perfect guidance and everything, and amazing. And, with their support, I knew I could mess up, and they had my back.
Yeah.
I could be known like a...
Right. What's your favorite memory from that early childhood time?
Yeah, my father would really in the New Year's parade.
Okay.
And like 7 a.m. he would wake me up. And I didn't care. I'd walk with him. It's cold. I didn't even care. But back then it was still popular. So I remember meeting my stepmother and us going to the parade. And we went to Sweeney's, which is a tap room on Hicks and Mifflin.
Yeah.
And I remember going in, and my dad went there his whole life because he lived on Hicks Street. When he grew up on 1900 Hicks, I had a shot of blackberry brandy. I have to be 11,
right?
And my stepmother and my dad sit there and they like give him a shot of blackberry.
Yeah,
and I did the shot.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, you're supposed to sip him." And I'm like, "But it's in a shot glass. I've seen you guys do shots." So I remember having a couple shots. We actually have a photo from that day. My dad's wearing a Jeff cap.
Awesome.
He would buy me the same Jeff cap.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool, very loving.
Was Johnny Gannone crazy at 10 or 11 yet?
Yes. My friends would tell me years later, like, you always say you only live once.
Right.
Like, and I didn't realize that I was doing that.
Yeah.
But I realized early that I got away with a lot. Like I was blessed.
Yeah.
And my mother would always say, "What's going to happen when you're not cute anymore?"
Right.
And I never got it. I didn't know what she meant until I got older.
Yeah.
And it wasn't cute anymore.
Give me one like Gerard era crazy John Gannone story
from back then.
Yeah.
Oh, sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
So it's after Gerard. So when I was younger,
okay,
I was a bad kid, but talkative and trying to be comedic.
Yeah.
But other than being the class clown and stuff in grade school, Gamp is where
it all went wild.
Yeah. So in sixth grade, we had a teacher that we didn't like.
Yeah.
And I would walk up to her desk every day. And I would drop my pants.
Jesus Christ.
And I would talk to her and pretend I had a question about something. And 33 students behind me in sixth grade. And I'm pants to my knees talking to the teacher.
Yeah.
While I'm mooning the whole class.
But you have to realize it was a table with 4 legs.
Right. She had a desk in the back. This was like
straight through, you've seen everything. So it came up. Now we're in sixth grade, so we're
like you could see my ass and her legs through the table.
And the table came up to right above his pubic hair. And the pants went down to his ankles. And he would talk for 2 minutes and ask questions in the whole class.
I'm just
no clue. And he buck naked.
I'm 13.
Wait. Your front is showing too?
No, but he's facing the teacher.
If she would have dropped the pencil, she would have got my front.
John, so there wasn't any tattletales in the class? Nobody was like...
No.
Everybody was all board with it.
At that age, like that's a cool thing to get away with.
Right. That was actually my question.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh no, it was our secret. We had a cool group.
I mean, nobody said a word.
No, I got snagged, but it wasn't doing that. Like I got to the point where I was brazen. Now I'm never done.
Yeah.
So I get up in the middle class to go to the pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
And I walk by Michael's desk and I pull my pants down and put my ass cheek in his face.
Yeah.
Then I walk to the pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
And I'm sharpening my pencil.
Uh-huh.
The teacher gets up and goes, "Get out." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Get out. My mother worked at Gamp.
Yeah.
And it was like my sister graduated with Michael's one of the first graduating classes.
Right.
From Gamp.
Yeah.
So like I'm known and everything. And
John Gannone threw up every day. Fake throw up. With a bag of chips and water. And was like, I'm going home. I'm like, "John, what are you talking about?" He's like, "I'll be right back." And I go, "Can I get a drink of water?" I'm like, "Yeah." He'd get him chips. He'd come back and he'd go all over the floor. And they'd be like, "I don't feel good. All right, John, see you tomorrow."
So you went to Gamp through 8th grade?
So I get accepted engineering and science. George Washington Carver High School for Engineering and
We
Science.
still don't know how that happened.
My mother.
There seems to be a recurring theme about you is that you had a lot of support at home, which caused you to feel like you were basically invincible.
Yes.
All right.
I said that support system.
Get to engineering science. How's that going?
It went terrible. So I get accepted to school. Now I went to Stephen Gerard in my neighborhood, Gamp in my neighborhood.
Right.
Now I have to be at school by 7 a.m. It was Temple's campus.
Oh, North Philly, yeah.
So the first week we get there, it's a very amazing school. Like I'm taking drafting classes and all this stuff. Like if you had all your classes passed by like 10th, 11th grade, you could start taking credit courses at this place.
Right.
Well, they also gave you an ID for Temple. Anything you want to do, that's where I excelled. First report card comes out in November. I had 4 absences.
Okay.
Second report card comes out. I have 37 absences. I stopped going. Every day. My parents don't know. They're not calling. They're not saying anything. I'm leaving every morning getting on the subway, driving up to Temple, and then just going to the movies, going to McGonigal Hall at the time.
But this is still on a high school level?
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So you're going into Temple's campus and getting all
I'm never going to class.
And you're getting all their free shit.
With my IDs, here you go. I'm going to watch a movie for $1. Yeah, I'm going to the gym. I'm in McGonigal Hall. Mark Macon. Me and Mark Macon are sitting up. I'm like taking his rebounds, drilled to him. Yeah. Well,
that's amazing.
And the school year, I had 144 absences.
Oh my God, Jeff.
So I get kicked out of the school.
Oh, you did?
I also have to great shocking. Wait, I also have to repeat 9th grade.
Yeah, okay. Right.
He's like, let's do it all over again. Wait.
That was pretty fun. Let's do it again.
They stick me in Southern.
South Philadelphia High.
Gem.
So now I'm in South Philadelphia High School, and it is literally like the movies at the time.
Yeah.
They didn't have lunch because they wouldn't put all the kids together at the same time. It was too dangerous.
Tell me what year this is.
This is 1988.
1988.
So I started engineering science 87 of September.
Yeah.
And now it's 88, 89.
So
I'm in Southern now.
Right. So just for anybody who doesn't know, like really violent time in Philadelphia then, not much going on downtown, a lot of gangs, a lot of drugs really infiltrating the neighborhoods. So you get to Southern. Yeah.
I get my classes, and it's 30 days into the school year.
Yeah.
And they used to have across the street from Southern, Police Athletic League Church.
Yeah.
That was right there. It was still there before they knocked. Now it's the GameStop and the bank and everything on Broad and Jackson.
Yep.
Broad and Jackson.
Yep.
Well, I'm cutting school at Southern.
Okay.
After I just got kicked out of cutting engineering science, and I get arrested by a cop. Like I literally ran the whole city, and this cop followed me down the streets wrong way and all. Arrests me. Cop takes me into Southern. My parents come in, and they're like, "We don't know what to do with him.
Right.
He just got left back a year. He's not going to school."
Yeah.
They're like, "We got this thing called SAIL." Southern's alternate learning experience.
So I want to stop for a minute. I just want to set the scene. John Gannone, who has 2 sets of great parents, decides he doesn't want to go to school, and he ends up in the place where they send all the at-risk kids that basically just got off of murder charges.
They went to Temple for a year, and I chose that.
You're now in the alternative learning program.
Yes. The funny part is they have all high school, 9th through 12th, in one class.
You don't move.
So it's all the bad kids that they take. You're bad. And it literally was the worst kids. It was the tough kids from all the neighborhoods. Yes. Which I am not at all. But being in this class, I became one.
Yeah.
So they put us all together.
Right.
And now they're like, we're going to try. So our classes were like writing checks. Swear to God. Which is amazing if you think about it.
Yeah.
They knew these are fuck.
Right.
And we're going to teach you how to write a checkbook, how to balance a checkbook.
Do basic things. Yeah.
Every Friday was a trip.
Oh my God.
But there wasn't a school bus.
Right.
So they're like, this Friday we're going to the zoo. We'll meet you outside the zoo.
Take him to the zoo.
She loves the zoo.
Retards love the zoo.
His trips become way different. We're going to the zoo.
Yeah.
We'll meet you outside at 9 a.m.
So I got to set this scene in my mind, right? The kids that they can't trust to leave a classroom, they tell them, show up to the middle of Philadelphia, that the only way that you got to get there is you take fucking 17 buses.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We all meet together and do drugs.
Right.
One of our trips, I swear to God, was to the courthouse. We all met, all reeking like weed. I remember we met on 20th and Jackson because that bus goes to Market and turns.
Did he even give you a bus?
No. Like, zoo trip tomorrow. Meet us there.
Figure it out, kids.
You're street kids. Figure it out.
Right. You guys know.
You'll get there.
You know where you stabbed that last guy? Take that bus. Yeah.
It was fun.
Wow.
So that was that life of that school.
Southern.
Also, the Joey, he always likes a story. I befriended a guy there.
Yeah. No last names.
And I started smoking pot.
Yeah.
And he would have pot. And when he got to school in the morning, everybody would want his pot.
Yeah.
Like one to, so I was like, I'll pick him up first. Like, we'll walk together. I'll get the pot before everybody else.
Right.
So we become friends. I walk to his house in the morning, and then we'd walk to school together.
Yeah.
he had a motorcycle. We got a motorcycle. We're buddies.
So wait, this is still ninth grade? Is this still ninth grade?
Yeah. Second ninth grade.
So, but I'm saying, well, what I'm saying is you had a friend in ninth grade.
Yeah, ninth grade.
What a motorcycle.
Motorcycle. But then I would start doing cocaine. Then I started doing cocaine with this kid.
Yeah.
And I would go to Fifth and Mifflin on the back of his bike.
Oh, boy.
Scoring coke and all.
Yeah.
So we become friends, and we're going to Southern, and I'm cutting again, even in the sale class.
Yeah.
Because if you got good at sale,
yeah,
they let you leave the basement and go to like an art class or a science class. They let you get out of the basement.
Okay.
Because it used to be one teacher, like grade school again.
Yeah.
The whole time. Bell ring, take out your science book. And they would watch you like that. 9th through 12th. It was insane.
Yeah.
They also had a candy store in the class during homeroom. They would open up a candy store and sell you candy.
Yeah,
Candy.
Yeah.
That's called commissary.
You got a Lucy? Can I get a Lucy? Oh, shit. All right.
One morning, I knocked on this kid's door.
Yeah.
And his parents went to work, and I knew he had one of the first dudes that had a basement bedroom. I thought it was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
So I go down to this basement, and the door's locked. And I'm looking through the cracks, and I see his foot or his shoe, whatever. I break into the bedroom, and he's laying on the floor.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, yo, Joe, get up. And I roll him around, and he's just shaking like he's having convulsions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. He's got money, drugs, like cocaine and pills laying around.
Wow.
I don't know what to do. I go to school.
Yeah.
And I tell the teachers, because we're in a screwed up class. I'm like, hey, I just went to Joey's house to pick him up. I found him on the floor.
Convulsing. Yeah.
Convulsing. I don't know what to do. The teacher sends me back with like 2 dudes from my class. So the dudes I brought back, we rob all his money, we rob all his drugs, like everything. And then we go back to school. We're like, he's fine. They went back to school and had a sale. I'd go back to his house.
Yeah.
To rob his cordless phone like 5 days later. Because he's not answering. He's not answering calls. I'm like, I can climb in his window. I can get in the basement and all. So I knock on the door first.
Yeah.
To make sure.
Just to make sure.
His mother answers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit. I've never seen you before.
Right.
I'm like, oh, is Joey there? I got an empty bag in my hand. So I'm ready to rob him. I swear to God. It wasn't his mother. It was his wife. It was his 12th, 9th grade.
He had a good front.
His wife answered the door.
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't sure of technology.
Right.
I thought I could walk around with that phone like a cell phone. So I really thought I could plug this base in at my home.
Right.
And I could walk around with this flip phone and talk on it.
And
I'd be like, it'll work. Talk in. And I'm going to rob this phone. But the mother answered, and she's like, who are you? I'm like, Steven. I was worried about Joey. He hasn't been to school.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. And I just glued out of there.
Did he ever come back?
He came back.
Yeah.
And he came back and he was like, oh, I know what happened and I'm going to make it right and all. And I'm like, I don't know if he's talking about me or if he's just looking for me to give myself up.
Yeah.
You know.
But none never happened?
Yeah. No.
Did you finish the sale program in 9th grade?
So they started giving me responsibilities where I did well there.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you can go out. I cut.
Right.
So I cut a class. I had a friend of mine call in.
Yeah.
So that was the first time where if you took off, your parents had to call in.
Okay.
That became common in Catholic school and all.
Yeah.
It wasn't common in public schools early on.
Yeah.
So in this class, you're being watched. I cut. I had a friend of mine call and say it was my dad. I thought he sounded old enough. They immediately hung up and called my parents.
Yeah.
So my father comes.
You're 4 good parents. Next question.
He finds me and says, whatever. And I went, Dad, I was about to get jumped. And back at the time, I would walk out of my class, the one class I had, light a cigarette, smoke it in the hallway.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke pot like that, but people did. It was like the movies at that time. They didn't do anything. You literally smoked cigarettes in the hallways.
Right.
So I got caught, and I said, Dad, I was going to get mugged. I was about to get jumped. They had me blocked off. I left. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm taking you out of that school.
Right.
And I'm like, really? And I was digging sale. I was digging.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yeah.
I was punished a year.
Yeah.
I literally was punished a year.
Yeah.
So I said, Dad, I'm sorry. I was going to get jumped. I want to get out of this school. It's terrible. I'll even go to Newman. And literally, West Denver was like, I know people.
Yeah.
I work for a guy who's a contributor.
Yeah. We're good people. We're connected.
I'm in Newman. Next thing you know.
You're still in ninth grade the second time?
Grade the second time.
Yes.
I am now addicted to cocaine.
Jesus.
So I am like stealing from my mom every day. I'm working at a gas station.
Yeah.
On the gas 17th and McKean, that crazy garage gas pumps.
Yeah.
I worked there for like 7 years, pumping gas where Brunix is, right there.
Yeah.
Worked there growing up. I'm just
out of your mind.
Out of my mind.
Yeah.
And like I would have $10 from work, and I'd be like going to a Flyers game, and I'd be like, should I buy food or buy Coke?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So your dad gets you into Newman, and you cold turkey?
Cold turkeyed everything.
Wow.
It started when I found that dude on the floor.
Yeah.
Like after they robbed him, and like it was other people involved. Like I'm a follower.
Yeah.
Like sucking dick, anything. So then I go to Newman, and I'm like, I start playing football.
Okay.
I always wanted to play sports, but Gamp didn't have it. Engineering science didn't have it.
Yeah.
And football at the time, Newman's football team was so bad they put me on varsity. Like I walk in, the bandwagon was like, you're on varsity.
Wow. You get to Newman. How many months removed are you from finding that kid on the ground?
May, June, July, August, September. 5.
5 months.
5 months.
All right, so 5 months. Now you're just fucking cold turkey. You're on a football team.
Cold turkey.
Yeah.
Still thinking about cocaine.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I bet.
It literally took me 8 months to not think about it every day.
Yeah.
If I was around people that did it, I was acting like I did it. If I watch it, I remember Goodfellas came out in 92.
Yeah.
When I watched Goodfellas and he starts going through watching the helicopter, I would get all cooped out. Like I couldn't even watch it.
Really?
It was so bad.
Wow.
So bad.
But you still didn't go back? You didn't go back at all?
Didn't touch it. Wow. And all my friends are now smoking and everything.
Yeah, they're doing crazy shit.
And I'm doing nothing. Like I did it in 6th grade, now I'm not doing it in high school.
Yeah. So you get on the football team, change your life?
Meeting these guys, I met his brother.
Yeah.
And a couple guys, I meet at Newman.
Yeah.
And they literally just changed my life. My life.
All right. So at what point do you get into steroids?
My first year at Newman.
No, I'm saying like at what point between
I decided to join football.
Yeah.
And I'm cokehead skinny.
Yeah.
And I'm working at the Dom's Auto Repair, and this guy has pills at the time.
Yeah.
That would come in. It was a muffler guy.
Yeah.
It was D-balls, whatever. So I'm like, oh, you got D-balls? I'll buy them.
Right.
So I was buying steroids now. So I started football at Newman. I was 130 pounds.
Yeah.
That was my sophomore year. My junior year, I was 170 pounds. I gained 40 pounds.
Some muscle?
Oh,
yeah.
It was a lot of MP1s and stuff, too.
Yeah.
But it was just, I was fucking fired. I was powerlifting. I was working out every day.
Yeah.
And so then they changed my position.
Dave had amazing quads. His nickname was Quadzilla.
Quadzilla?
Okay.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. So listen, now it's Gamp.
Yeah.
Engineering science.
Right.
Southern.
Yeah. Now Newman.
Right. I made 4 schools in 4 years.
Temple.
Yeah.
I'm funny, but I'm not like that. Like I don't like meeting people that way. It's got to be under my, like I'm very controlling. I want to be when I'm comfortable.
Right.
So like to go to 4 schools in 4 years when I came from Gamp where I was a star, his brother and my sister graduated from there. All the teachers knew us from before we even went.
And anybody that might not know, but Gamp's such a super small school. You know, you're a big fish in a little pond.
Well, Michael was my first best friend ever.
Stake him up.
We met in kindergarten.
Dave till he slapped me.
We heard about that already. We don't have to revisit the story.
Well, he remembers everything, so let's bring it back up.
Wait.
John, are you still sorry you smacked Mike in the face?
Sorry.
Wait. Well, I don't know about this one.
I'd probably be one of his fucking.
So you have.
I don't know about this one.
So
I don't either.
We're going to camp. It's our first day of camp. Going in.
What year? He's just
5th grade. It's 5th grade. We just left Gerard. We're going to camp.
They're best friends.
12.
They're best friends, Father.
Best friends. We go in. We have to line up in the schoolyard. So they put your room number up front. You had to line into your thing. So he's being the class clown that he is.
And you're already friends with him.
Best friends.
Best
Best friends.
Kindergarten. He's fucking around.
Since kindergarten.
Listen, true story. So we're fucking around, and he's trying to be funny, and he smacks me dead in my face. I told this on my podcast, and I was like, I started crying because I'm like, Joe, what the fuck? Literally crying. And it's funny because I said to Dave, I said, but he's so good hearted. After he slapped me, he was so upset that he like hugged me.
You really were such a piece of shit.
I wasn't cooking for like 2 or 3 years.
I can't wait till we get into the future. I can tell you how much of a piece of shit he really was.
Did he wait? Did you at least twinkle his balls a little bit?
I wasn't my balls.
Any super crazy stories from high school?
I shoot milk out of my eye.
Wait, you shoot milk in your eye?
Out of his eye.
No, it's disgusting and amazing at the same time.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
This happened.
Totally forgot about that.
All right, yeah. So whatever. Let's talk about the milk out of the eye.
It's worth talking about.
Explain this.
I'm in my apartment one day.
Yeah.
My buddies are over.
Yeah.
And the guy says to me, I seen the craziest thing last night on David Letterman.
Yeah.
Someone shot milk out of their eye. And we're all like, that's ridiculous. And he's like, I'm telling you, he poured milk up his nose and he held it and shot it out of his eye. I can do it. I can do it. Like, what are you talking? From a kid, when I would blow my nose, air would come out of my tear duct here. Even as a youth, I would hold my nose and blow like you're clearing your sinuses.
Yeah.
And
get air.
I feel air. So I knew that's what it was.
Right.
So we're sitting there and I grab milk. We're all sitting together. I pour it up my nose and I blow and I flip it out of my eye. And the guy, he pulls his eyelid down, I could shoot you right in the face right now with milk.
I'm good.
So I start going on radio shows. So remember Barsky?
Yeah.
One day he's like, I need stupid human tricks, whatever. I call him up and go, I can shoot milk in my eye. I said, listen, I'll do whatever. I said, I'll strap dynamite to my body and blow myself up. I can do anything.
Right.
Come out to the show, whatever. So I show up at his show.
Yeah.
And I shoot milk in my eye.
Yeah.
And it becomes a thing. So now Mark was a part of this.
We lived together. Barsky would call our house phone. Like, nobody remembers landlines, but like, literally, I'll be like, hey, this is Barsky from Y100. Is John there? I'm like, no, but why are you calling her?
Like, we're going to shoot tequila and it's like Cinco de Mayo.
Like every big event at any club on Delaware Avenue.
The cool thing is,
they wanted him to go.
He put out an album.
Hey, you want to stop a fan with your tongue? John's like, yeah, I'll do it.
He put out an album called Bar Schematic for the People.
Yeah.
It was like automatic for the people.
Yeah.
It was like the Flyers fight song.
Yeah.
You got to keep them separate. Like he would do all those things.
Yeah.
And on the insert is thanks to John from South Philly, who shoots milk out of his eye.
What years are these? Around what time?
95,
95.
94, 95.
No, a little bit earlier.
93, 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around
cool.
there.
So you graduated Newman? You graduated?
I graduated Newman in 1992. Should have been a 91 graduate.
Right. Did you go on to college? What did you do after that?
I tried. Michael and I went to 13th grade. So he had a beautiful Riviera that had the best sound system ever.
Remember that,
Riv?
Yeah, I do.
So we would take turns driving up to school.
I used to hate Mike back then.
I went to the first couple days. I apparently, through all the stories, I don't do school.
Yeah, I heard that.
And especially if it's left up to me.
Right. Yeah.
So we go first couple days. Michael went constantly. It seemed like every time class would change, somebody cooler would come to the lunchroom.
Yeah.
So we would play rummy
all day long.
And then I'm leaving, and then Beckermeyer would come in
all day long.
Then,
Jesus.
So I would just stay with the new recruits to come in, or then he'd come. We'd play racquetball.
Yeah.
We were allowed to play
and
so much fun.
And miss more class.
Yeah. So
no, definitely in class.
I sold my books back. So my father paid for my college.
Yeah.
Mark. I sold all my books back. Didn't tell him. Kept the money.
Yeah.
Kept going.
Yeah.
Not
really going, but going.
Right,
showing up,
hanging out.
Yeah.
And then we became really good at racquetball. I became good at racquetball playing with him.
Yeah.
So we played racquetball for a while, but I remember I got tickets every day.
Yeah.
So not only, I literally paid them back. It was probably $2,500 because I cut the boot off. I cut the boot off. And they charged me $800 for that and all.
Yeah.
Probably, if I can jump in here, probably one of the funniest stories ever is I'm living with John at the time, and he's got all these parking tickets and boots and whatever, and his dad walks in on us one day, and he's like,
your dad walks in on your pocket?
Not like that
again.
So he walks in, and we're all laying in the fucking living room sleeping. He's like, John, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I got all these tickets, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I can't be doing this. He's like, I can't be going to jail. He's like, I'll be somebody's bitch in 5 minutes. He's like, you better fucking take care of this shit.
Yeah, they probably stole his name.
He put a lot. He put a lot of shit on people.
You smile, you bat your eyes. I'm so cute.
I'm so cute.
I'm so cute.
You got. I think, John. I think you got that cute thing that like I got. Like I'm like Ewok cute. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
He's got blue eyes.
Yeah,
so I get away with murder.
He got away with a lot of shit.
I'll walk up to your wife now and grab her boobie. Yeah. And for some reason, you won't beat me up. Like I get away with it. Like there's no.
He's like Fonzie Bear.
Yeah. I'm not deceit. Like there's no shame. I don't know.
Well, it's not malicious. He's
that's right. Let's go word. Malicious.
Yeah. He's like a cute teddy bear. You don't get mad at him.
What are you doing in your 20s? You working? What the fuck are you doing?
I am plumbing for my family business. Okay. It's a plumbing place. And I enlisted in the Navy.
What year is this?
I did 92.
I did.
I go to see what the Navy has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, I'm enlisted.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And it was at the time I was on the news. They filmed me from outside going, one of the questions this guy's going to have to answer is homosexuality in the Navy. Because that was a big thing at the time. Like gays in the service.
Yeah, it was the Clinton era. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you like semen. It's funny. That's why I enlisted. I'm like, I swear to God, I enlisted as a seaman. I swear to my mother. Never got that far. 1992, and it's September.
Bill Clinton era.
Right out of school, right?
It's when he comes up with "Don't ask, don't tell."
Don't ask, don't tell. So now that's the thing. They're saying you can be.
Yeah.
And so I go in and
John will take
my sister is dating a guy who is a recruiter.
Yeah.
And my sister's persuasive. So I'm sure this dude.
You're being so nice, dude. You're being so nice.
So this dude calls me up. He's like, I hear you're interested in the service. I'm like, yes, I am. I have nowhere. I don't have where I'm going. Come to Broad and Callow Hill, and we will talk about it. I'm like, okay. So I go in. I fill out a form.
Yeah.
And he's driving this like car with a stereo pumping and all. He's like, yeah, I do this for a living. I'm cool. So he sets me up, and then he's like, we're going to take this ASVAB test.
Yeah. I took that test.
I take the ASVAB test, and what do you want to do? I'm like, I like to be a nurse. I was interested in nursing. Mm-hmm. So he's like, oh, you passed, you got like high, now you got to take your physical and everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing all this stuff, and while I'm taking my physical, the people I'm around are saying, oh, so what are you enlisting in? Well, I'm like, I'm not enlisting. I'm just seeing what they have to offer. And they're like, you're at the step where you're enlisting. Like I'm in my underwear, walking around with all these people to take you out. Yeah. I'm like, no, I just want to see what they got.
Yeah, you're taking a plane tomorrow, bud.
Going in. They're like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to be a nurse. Oh, your ASVAB test, you could be a nurse. Yeah. When do you want to ship out? I don't know.
Never.
What are you going to go for me? They're like, we're not at you're shipping out. But I'm like, no, I'm not. It's May of 92, and I already paid for a house for the summer of 92. And I'm already...
I can go fight for my country, or...
It's 93.
All right.
So I already have a house for 93.
Okay.
I paid for a house. So after all this, like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. They take me to a room and like, what do you want to do? I like nursing. You could do that. You ship out 3 weeks from now. You're going to Great Lakes, Illinois.
I'm not.
So they make me all angry at me. They throw me in a room. You wait there. And then I had like the other person. It's like timeshare. Like my guy's gone. The guy that's he's gone. I got another person. She brings me in a room and she's like telling me I'm a loser and how proud my family would be if I just enlist.
Right.
I'm enlisted, but I'm not doing 4 years. So I can't be a corpsman.
Right.
I have to be a seaman. I enlist in the Navy. One day, they take me in a room, pronounce your name, all this stuff. Who's your beneficiary? Everything. So like you ship out in a couple weeks, you're going there.
Right.
No, I'm not. I have a house in Wildwood. in Margate. Yeah. I'm not going. I have a house. Oh, September 20th you leave.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm going to the Navy September 20th. Party all summer. People are like, Navy guy, we're playing in the Navy. Well, September comes like, fucking going in. Are you serious? Like, I go, it's like jail. It's like I'm sentenced to jail. So the guy calls me up. I'm supposed to leave on Monday. He calls me up on Friday. Hey, John, it's the guy. We're going to pick you up tomorrow. Nah, I don't want to go. You got to go. No, I don't want to go. They're like, you swore it and everything. I'm gay. Mark was standing there.
I was there
Mark
for that.
in the room.
It was actually a very comical phone.
Oh my God.
You really want that on your record? I said, I will come down there in a dress and make out with a guy like Klinger. And the guy's laughing like I'm joking. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not going. Me and Mark fucking skedaddle.
I gotta add something to this story because it's probably one of the funniest things I ever heard. So I'm in the room with them, and they're on the phone, and he's telling this guy, gay. He's like, I'll come down there, I'll make out with a guy. And he's like, you don't need me. He's like, you need a few good men. You don't need me. You need me on that wall. John's like, no, you don't. You need me on that wall. He's like, no, you don't. You don't need me.
I go to St. Gennaro's Festival. I get on a bus and go to New York. So I come home, and my father's like, the MPs were here. You did this, you did that. I'm like, Dad, I got in a fight in New York. I broke my hand. I'm sorry I was up there too long, but I'm thinking I can't go to basic training with a broke hand.
Yeah.
And it's a good excuse. I hang up the phone. I'm like, Mark, you got to break my hand. He was like, I'm like, you got to break my hand. So this is fantastic. He gets a curling bar. We had to play.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm like, put a towel over, because like if a bone comes out, like I don't want to see a bone. So I put my hand on the table. He puts his towel over it. Fucking hits my hand.
Oh my God.
Well, he missed my hand, hit my wrist.
Oh.
Right here. He drops it and goes, it broke. I'm like, what? I have an instant welt right here. I'm like, you missed me.
Well, something should have still broke.
I'm like, you got to hit me. We do it again. He hits me on the back of the head. I'm jumping around. Oh, Mark, it's not broke. You got to hit me.
Oh, yeah, it was so swollen. And then he's like, he's like, you have to hit me again. I'm like,
a third time.
No, dude. I'm like, it's so swollen. I'm like, it's got to be broke. I'm like, your hand looks so swollen. I'm like, I couldn't possibly hit it again. I'm like, I already feel bad.
Yeah.
The first time I like pulled up, missed.
Yeah.
Second time I crushed him. That one had some fucking meaning to it. But then the third time, I'm like, I can't, dude. I'm like, I can't hit it.
The worst part is, I'm trying not to look, and I see in a reflection, as I'm trying not to look, I'm looking away, and I see his hand come down and hit me. I go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Call my mom. Mom, I don't have my medical card. I just fucking broke my hand.
Yeah.
My mother comes, knows what I did. She starts hitting me. My mother's hitting me in the parking lot. Say that.
Yeah.
I go into the room and all. The MPs come to the room. I jump out the window.
Sure.
I run to 9th and Snyder.
I'm the guy that hit him. He's in the hospital. He shows back up at our place. He's like, I got out through the window.
They came to tell me that I was out of the service. He was like, you never enlisted. Throw away any of your ASVAB. Like, if they ever asked if you ever enlisted, say no. Like, it got scrubbed. Yeah. But I'm running down fucking
God bless Gina. She took care of
McKean Street with my clothes. Yeah. He hit me 4 times with my legs.
Gina, go. No. How old were you when you kind of enlisted in the Navy?
Right out of 1993.
Yeah,
I enlisted.
All right, 93.
I was robbing. My stepmother worked for a guy who owned all these places in Center City.
Yeah.
So every Monday, she would work in his office. They would bring rent money to her.
Yeah.
And like people's money. I don't know if he had. I would just rob it. Every Monday, I would rob it.
Just rob it.
So I robbed the money.
Yeah.
It got to a point after like weeks where they started coming in with a checklist.
Yeah.
And the guy who dropped off to her, they would checklist. I would rob the money and the checklist. Then it got to the point where they were taping up the bag with fishing wire, swear to God, trash bag. So it's like 30 envelopes in a trash bag wrapped with fishing wire.
Yeah.
I would snip all the fishing wire. I would steal the money. It went on for 3 years.
3 years.
But the worst of it was, when I got caught, I just fessed up. Like, I knew, maybe I could have lied, but I knew by this point all the avenues were like,
yeah.
My stepmother came to me and said, money's missing. I went, yeah, I've been taking it.
And you didn't get in trouble?
She went, get out of the house. So I walked to my maternal mother's house.
Yeah.
I went, hey, Mom, I think I'm going to jail.
Right.
I've been robbing money from my stepmother's ball forever. Well, no, my stepmother probably blew somebody. Whatever. We blow to get out there.
Yeah, that's what the Gannones do, bro.
Yo, bro. Yeah. And she's a Gannone now. What's funny? Her main name's Beaver.
Oh.
Mike, it was probably one of the funniest things Gannone's dad ever said when he told Gina, he's like, you're the son I never had.
Oh, well, I got my ear pierced. And my dad was fired. He said he went to work and he was looking perplexed.
Yeah.
And his coworker said, what's wrong? He went, my son's got an earring. My daughter's got a mustache.
Oh, all right. So we're like up to like 20 years old.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
What are you doing for the rest of your 20s? What are you doing?
So my father moved down the shore when I was 19.
Yeah.
And he left me, I lived with him.
Okay.
And he left me the house till he sold it.
Right.
So at the time, there wasn't internet, and they would have signs outside.
Yeah.
I would just take them down constantly. So my dad's living down the shore, and every time they put up a sign, I would take the sign down. I started having these nitrous oxide parties. So I was 21.
21, yeah.
And it was literally my own house.
Yeah.
So I started having parties.
Yeah.
My father always threw parties for New Year's and all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people don't mess with house parties.
They don't fuck with house parties.
Cops aren't coming for house parties. Especially on 18th and Mifflin. Yeah. At that time was grunge era.
Yeah.
And I went to a party where I did the balloon, and I was like, what is this? The greatest thing ever?
Yeah.
So I did those. And
they were so bad that I actually dimed us out.
I'm having a party.
Yeah. No.
And I would charge $10 for, not just $10 for beer.
Right.
I would never charge because I don't even know what's going on. But the phone rings one night, and this woman says, hey, what's going on? I hear you're having a party.
Right.
And Mark's like, yeah, $10 not just $10 beer.
But I know it's somebody's mom.
It was somebody's mom.
I'm getting ready to go out. People are passing
A girl
out.
called from my house and said, I'm staying out with my friends.
Yeah.
The mother star 6'9" back.
Oh. Yeah.
The mother calls. I know it's a mother.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, I heard there's a party. You didn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I absolutely did. I'm like, yeah, $10 nitrous, $10 beer, whatever. Yeah, blah blah blah. Hang up. I don't want any part of this. I'm going.
I have a party with all these people I don't know, and a woman walks in, and I think it's a hooker. I just figured somebody walked off the street and see the party.
Yeah, right.
So I walk up and go, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, what can you do for me? I think you have the wrong party. And she goes, where's my daughter at? I know she's here. She called me from here. And I'm like, oh my God. She's walking around.
She was hot.
Freaking out. Where's she at? I went, maybe she has better morals than that, and she already left.
Right.
She's seen that this wasn't a place for her.
Yeah.
So the mother goes outside and gets on a payphone in the corner of 18th and Mifflin and starts calling the cops on me.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, get out.
Everybody
out of the house. And I stopped the parties then.
Yeah.
These parties, they were wonderful. I would get a tank in and have these parties, like Grateful Dead parties. I had different themed rooms. One time I had a beach party where I brought in a ton of sand and threw it in my living room.
That's amazing.
My dining room was all wood.
Was a beach.
I put plastic wrap down.
Yeah.
And fucking filled it with sand. I had a baby pool.
Yeah.
Tell them how you embarrassed me.
Not yet.
You too.
He got me. We're living in his dad's house that he keeps hiding for sale signs. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, I'm loving it here. The house was huge.
Yeah, I want to stop you right here because my 10-year-old's sitting here.
Oh, yeah.
If you try any of this shit, I'm going to fucking murder you. Next. Okay. I love you. I love you.
Me and John always had a great relationship. We didn't care. You do, I do it.
Yeah.
So now I'm having a grade school reunion. It's like 10 years. And we all go to President's Caterers on Slater Avenue.
Yeah.
And everybody's having a great time. And I'm like, listen, I got plenty of beer in my house.
Yeah.
I'm like, if anybody wants to come hang out, we'll hang out. Surprisingly, everybody's like, yeah, we'll go back. So now like 20 people come back to my house.
Yeah.
And we're in the kitchen. So little do they know that John used to get blowjobs on credit from
hookers.
So she'd blow them for the week, and then she would come on Friday to get her money. So He does what he does. I don't care. I'm a judge. But now I bring all these people back to my house, and we're all having a great time. We're sitting in the kitchen.
Let me interject. I'm not paying my bill.
I got like 20 people in my kitchen. We're all sitting there. And all of a sudden, this toothless black girl walks into my kitchen. But I got 20 grade school friends, and she's like, "What's on that? He owe me money." And I was mortified. I'm like, do I hit this girl with a pan, and do I pay her and try to get out of her?
Right.
I was embarrassed to death.
Yeah.
I'm like, but she got me. He got me.
All right.
And
so I get full house full people. I've never paid him that $10.
It cost me. Is that all it cost?
I don't even have medical. So I'm like, this broad is taking out her teeth. Like, I got a cavity and shit. She's got better dental than me. She's got it clear. So she would take her teeth out, go in the kitchen. Perform.
I don't care about any of that. This is what I care about.
I never gave him $1 back for that.
Which part you care about?
The part I care about is how do you get this woman to agree to credit? Like, how do you get her to agree to say, "I'll pay you next time"?
It's the blue eyes.
All right, where are we at? Go.
We're at 96, buddy.
You don't want to jump the gun too fast.
So you get done with the house parties. Your dad finally sells the house.
Sells the house, and I'm moving on. I got to make myself better.
Yeah. What do you do?
I moved back with my mom.
Was that your transition between your dad and when I went to Atlanta?
Yes. So Mark's like, "Hey, I'm moving to Atlanta. You want to work with me?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes.
So I moved to Atlanta.
You make love in Atlanta. What happens?
Oh my God. Do you want really that story? Because it was the most amazing lovemaking I ever did.
Let's do it, buddy.
I'm there for a few weeks. I don't know anybody. I only know his weird work friends.
Yeah.
So Mark would try to be normal weirdos.
Yeah. Mark, what were you doing back then? What was it?
I worked for a company that set up trade show exhibits.
Okay, trade shows. Yeah.
So he worked in the office, and they hired laborers.
Yeah.
I was the guy setting up the trade show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got it.
Atlanta, you can go in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it was during the Olympics, so they were building all the Olympic stuff. So
Yeah.
So a person he's friends with, works with, introduced me to another girl. We go out one night. I'm a wonderful wingman.
Yeah.
I'm not attractive.
Yeah.
So I'm not a threat.
Very true.
But I make you laugh. So it's good. Like, if you works out with a girl, bring me.
Yeah.
I'll make them laugh. I'll make them comfortable. And I'm no threat to them.
I've seen him be with things that would make a Billy Goat puke.
My only time making love in Atlanta, Mark's with a girl. I'm with a girl. We bring him back home. And I'm naive, and I don't think we're going to get that far.
Yeah.
So we're making out, and I dry hump and come.
Yeah.
Right in my pants. Come. Wait, it was the best thing that ever happened. Because, 8 minutes later, she's like, "Do you want to have sex?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's go into another room."
Yeah.
By then, I already had the one out of the way.
Right. Amazing.
So when the girl Mark's with, husband came and knocked at the door, she said she ran into my room. She was impressed by the position I had her girlfriend in. And she walked back out.
Yeah.
And went somewhere else. But that's a true story. It's impressive while he was being an adulterer.
Adulterer. Nice story. How long were you in Atlanta?
You went there, and I was like, "This is the greatest place ever." And I was like,
"Get me out of here."
Every time I drank and had fun, it was the most... I looked around like, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
When I was sober...
It was more.
And I worked, he got office jobs. I worked laborer for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it was 7 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It was like that. So I was just working, which is good because I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Make the money.
Yeah.
But I literally got a paycheck. I keep everything.
Yeah.
I had an $800 paycheck.
Yeah.
And it was 100 hours or something crazy. When I started realizing that I needed more money, and it was June was coming, and I've always had a house with my friends for the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm going back home.
I'm going back.
So
he in a house of Margate.
After I got us a place in Atlanta, he ditched me to go back to Philly.
Oh, let's
go to Margate.
We had a fireplace.
Son of a bitch.
It's warm 7 days a year.
It's cold. You mean cold 7 days?
That's right.
Yeah.
But we did play tennis.
That's nice.
We had a tennis court and all, a trash compactor. It looked like a Pocono home.
That's what you got out of it?
A trash compactor.
Details, buddy.
I'm
Details.
the compactor these days.
So you go back. You're in Margate that summer.
Yes.
What do you do?
So we rent a house. It's a 3-unit apartment. There's an old gentleman next door who talks too much. He's like, his wife's inside. He's outside talking to us.
Yeah.
And he tells us that the other unit in our apartment complex is a drug dealer. He's like, this kid back here is definitely a drug dealer. He always has people coming in and out, knocking all times of the night, whatever.
Right.
Meet the kid. His name is Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, I'm John. We just moved in. We go out that night. First night out in Margate. Steve is one of the hosts of a bikini party. They have a bikini thing, and he's
like
doing
an MC.
Yeah, he's like an MC. No, he's doing he's great in the stripper party.
Yeah. Right.
I turned to my friends. I'm like, yo, that's the drug dealer that lives in our building. He is MCing a stripper party. I'm going to go rob him. Oh, Jesus. Swear to God, I've literally lived there 4 hours. I go back to the house. Our friend gives me his beeper. We don't have cell phones yet.
Yeah.
If anything happens, if he leaves, I'll beep him. I put the beeper on my pants. I go. So I walk up to his door and I start knocking and going, Joe. I'm like, I'm just going to act like I'm drunk and
you're stupid. Yeah.
Walk around the back. Joe. Nobody's there. I push in the screen. I break into the dude's house. I'm looking for drugs. I can't find nothing. The dude's a baseball player. I found a lot of baseball shit. I'm literally walking through everything. Can't find nothing. I leave. I'm on my way back to the bar. I stop, break back in. He's got a Kenwood rack system. I rip it from the wall. I'm not unplugging the speakers.
Yeah.
I rip it out of the wall. Huh. I walk into our house. I put it in the closet. I take his Chips Ahoy.
Yeah.
Because you need them.
Put it on the table. Wait. I'm getting texts like crazy. I'm like, is this... I go back to the bar. Like, you were gone for so long, whatever.
Yeah.
The guy is still
here
judging these.
Yeah.
Well, I walk up to him. Hey, neighbor. I live next door to you now. What are you doing? Let me buy you a drink. Hang out rest of the night.
After you rob.
Let's home with him. Yeah, so we're doing the monkey walk.
Here we sideways,
He goes in, and we go in our house, and I'm laughing. I just robbed this dude. I just robbed him. It's fine. I walked home with him. I hear police fucking cars outside. I would window. Cops are everywhere. I got the stereo in my closet.
Yeah.
In our room. I walk out. What's going on? I go in to his place. Cops are in there. He's like, who's this guy? They're like, No, he's good. He was with me tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, can you fingerprint? And they're like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, yeah, it sucks. I can't believe they stole your Kenwood. And I'm like, how do they know it's a Kenwood? I'm giving myself home. I go back home. Cops leave and all. He comes in. Thank you. Wait, Chips Ahoy on the table. Right in front of me. And he's talking to me. And I'm like, not only is the stereo in the closet, it's like the telltale heart. I hear the beating, and I'm looking at the chip. I'm like, is he going to see? Yeah, where'd you get those cookies from? Like I'm really good at breaking in stuff. Not so much anymore.
Yeah. Did it calm down in the late 20s?
No. Absolutely not.
You were in Atlanta in 96. You come back, you're fucking robbing people.
Right.
So
I have a few more minutes.
There's
Margate.
Let's go with you.
Yeah, we're still in Margate.
Absolutely.
96, 97.
There's
we invite friends over. My friend has girlfriends. And one of them was unattractive, so we called her the blowing Samoan. She looked Samoan. Stopped like my height.
Yeah,
not shorter than me.
Yeah.
Mike, this was funny.
So she had a hot friend that my friend was with. But I'm always the guy, be with the other.
The wingman.
Yeah.
Wingman.
Yeah.
With no bones about it. I'm like, whatever. All's one when your eyes are closed.
Like Viper.
So,
Maryland.
her name was Maria. Because I sang Maria. Yeah. On the sofa bed in the living room at 4 a.m. Well, I'm with this girl who's dressed as a cop in white. Mm-hmm. So dancing. Mm-hmm. I go home, sing Maria to her. Mm-hmm. We make passionate love. She don't leave the next day. She comes to the beach with us in Margate, wearing not the cop outfit, which was amazing. Yeah. But she was wearing like clothes and stuff.
Huh. Not a bathing suit, just
not a bathing suit. She's wearing like jeans. She came in, and I'm like, wow, I wish they would have left.
Right.
So her friend comes up to me and goes, hey, you guys had a wonderful time last night. She was drunk. She would like to be with you again. I'm like, it's fine with me.
Yeah.
So we come home from the beach.
Right.
I go back down. My bubble gum is in her pubic hair from the night before. I swear to God. I'm like, what is it? It's my gum that I lost it out of my mouth. She's been on the beach. She's changed. It smelled like baby powder and spearmint. You know, I didn't even flinch. Yeah, she didn't even know.
You're a shit show through your 20s. Does anything calm down in the 30s?
Nothing calms down.
Nothing ever calms down.
The crazy stuff follows me. Like,
yeah. You don't have any kids, right? No kids?
No. I have many abortions. Literally, like I was talking about, the next one is 3.
Hole punch.
It's a fetus hole punch. I got 2 separate cards. Can I combine these?
You are married now, right?
No, I'm engaged for 7 years. Fiance and engagement ring.
All right.
And I lost it. And then I had to give her another one. I lost my grandmother's ring.
You ran scot-free and then you had to pay for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, drink your Pepsi. Narrator.
Narrator. I don't want to get fucking mangled here, buddies. All right, so in our 30s, what are we doing?
We start hanging out in Old City.
I've always a boyfriend guy, so I've had a girlfriend my whole life.
Okay.
So I had a girl for 10 years. Now I have one for 15 years. Before that, 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't break up with them. Yeah, they break up with me, of course.
Yeah, eventually. Lots of promises.
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
What are we doing in our 30s? The same shit? Like we just hanging out?
Yeah.
It's funny, Dave, because I thought of one today that was pretty funny where we went through an era when we used to hang out in Old City, early 2000s.
Gotcha.
Literally lift a tailgate on Market Street and have a tailgate on Market Street. Go to the 5 Spot.
Yeah, we were partying.
5 Spot was the best club ever.
Oh, it was so much fun. Oh, so
when I ran?
So it was Christmas time and there's a live nativity scene.
Yeah. A live nativity scene.
We're like actual donkeys. So we're trying to coax Gannone.
It was December 20th.
To be
Jude's birthday.
The most heathen person you could be and get in the baby's manger as Jesus.
It's like 3 a.m. and it's only donkeys. And they want me to lay in because all the real humans left.
Let me guess. After this year, they never had the live animals.
You might be right.
Yeah.
After that year, there was 2 pregnant donkeys. John always laughs. He goes, hee-haw!
I'm glad Mike was here.
He's still paying attention. He's involved.
So anyway, we couldn't coerce him to be baby Jesus, but he somehow managed to Xanax every donkey that was in the live nativity.
They ate right out of my hand.
They were very welcoming.
Oh, God.
They seemed to be enjoying themselves.
He date raped the donkeys.
Last time donkey.
I think we all bought a pass to hell, but
it
was still pretty fucking funny.
Any crazy 5 Spot stories or anything?
Too many to mention.
Honestly,
that became our club in the
that was our spot.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
It should have been our spot, not the Flyers spot.
So we would drink vanilla Stoli.
Yes, for the first time.
And we would tip. Yeah. We tip more than anyone in the world. So they took us in. We literally would get a house every summer. They would bring us all in, and they would pick up our tab, the bartenders.
Yeah.
Because they knew it was going to be Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
They would have us in our last night, and they would pay for the whole thing.
Oh, right.
For like 3 years straight.
Nice.
Like, they took care of us. It was amazing. And it was a time where it was happening. Like, it was cool.
Yeah.
The swing dancing and everything.
Yeah.
Did have one claim to fame with a famous person that was pretty fucking funny.
Bob Saget?
Well, yeah. Early 2000s. It was after Hours Club on way up Delaware Avenue.
Yeah. But you remember Half Baked?
Yeah, I do.
So I'm sitting
I look like the Hispanic guy in Half Baked, but next. Yeah.
We're sitting at a table. Bob Saget walks in.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
He looks right at me.
Yeah.
I point at him. He points at me, walks over to me. He walks over, shakes my hand, walks away.
That's it? Yeah.
My friend awesome. Frankie sitting next to me goes, "How do you know he sucks dick for weed?"
yeah. From Half Baked.
Did you make a gesture?
No, I sucked his dick the week before. I text my friend and I said, "Hey, buddy, you have any good stories of mine?"
Yeah.
We went down the shore one weekend.
Yeah.
And I lived in a trailer park. So I bring them down.
Right.
We're playing quarters.
Yeah.
The table won't work. I break into the house next door. I steal the kitchen table.
Oh, my God.
We play quarters. I break back in. and left it back. I put it back.
Yeah.
I broke in and took it. Once I broke in and put it back.
I'm trying to get to your 30s. I don't know.
30 sucked.
Did they?
This is a quick one.
Yeah.
1992, we graduated high school. Yeah. I get a job on the boardwalk, the photo booth on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I remember back then it was pixelated.
Yeah.
I was the guy that colored it in. So, like, you wanted a calendar, and I would color in the lips and the skin, and you'd bake them. Girls during the day would come in their bikinis and pose.
Yeah.
And it would be a pixel, but I would color them in.
Right.
So I'd make copies for myself.
Of course you did, yeah.
So I'm in high school still. I'm driving home from Wildwood.
Yeah.
And I have a pixelated, colored in photo of a girl in a bikini. A school bus, soccer team, female, driving by. I'm on cruise control. Right next to me, no idea. I'm in the throes of ecstasy on 55 to cruise control. And I look up, and they're looking through my sunroof. You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I just hit the...
You tripped up to the soccer team.
I hit the slow down about like 3 times, and I finished. I wasn't embarrassed. So I banged a cake once. It became my forte when Dunkin' Donuts first made apple donuts. I ripped it in half.
Yeah.
It looked like a vagina.
Yeah.
I said, that looks like a vagina. I got up on a chair and I fucked it. So now I fucked the donut. My dick actually went in because it was cold.
Yeah.
I went in a little. My dick eats my cock all the time. It really is. I look like I'm uncircumcised, but I am circumcised. Like, I don't even know what he's doing inside. I know I'm chubby, but my guy's like, I'm checking out your innards. Running from Kathleen. Why don't you tell that story while I pee?
All right, Mark, give it to me.
So we're at the 5 spot, back to the old city days.
Yeah.
And he's dating Kathleen, who's probably a good 5 years in. And she hates him. So she's always questioning him. He's up to no good. She shows up. It's 2:05. We're outside.
Yeah.
And he's in a fucking suit. We came from somewhere, and she just beats him. She emasculates him and beats him in the street.
Yeah.
So then she's with her girlfriend, and he gets up and he looks at me so sincerely. He's like, I'm so sorry, and he just darts down the alley and just leaves. And he leaves me with her and her friend, and I'm like, son of a bitch just left me with his girlfriend and his friend that I had to take home. Left me. But it's funny because it's not the first time he did that, because he didn't say it before, but he's devious to the point where he had 3 steady girlfriends for a whole year.
Oh my goodness.
It was probably back early 20s, but he had 3 steady girlfriends for a whole fucking year.
Yeah.
And all it did was torment us.
Right.
He put pressure on.
Right.
So at one point, 2 of the girls got together and they put him on blast. And my brother was there, and he's with there with the one girl. The other girl comes in and just confronts him, and they put him on blast. And when he panics, he runs. So they actually came to his house, and he ran out of his own house and took off and left my brother with 2 of his girlfriends. But that's what he did. But that's what he does. He's done it many times, and it always hurts us. But undescribable. He's a horrible human being.
But you love him.
He's good-hearted, but not really.
Right.
So it questions why you like him.
Right.
But you do. You can't help it.
All right, John, where are you at now in your life right now?
I am working.
Yeah. Good.
I'm working every day. I'm bartending.
Yeah.
Living with his mom on the side.
Yeah.
Have a place in Wildwood. Have a place in Philadelphia.
Nice.
I am living the dream that I wanted to live.
Yeah.
My parents gave me these opportunities and all.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all these things. And it's not for me. It's for, my fiance's children. It's providing that. So I'm in a place where I view myself childishly, and I am happy that I'm doing responsible things.
Good.
So I'm not unhappy with where I am or how I view myself.
So what's your plan for the next 5-10 years? What are you doing?
Oh, I actually have a plan.
Good. I want to hear it.
Really? Yeah. It's going to be to sell my parents' house when they die, to pay off my credit card debts.
Good.
And then start myself fresh. Like 4 years from now, my car's
paid off. Where's this cocaine and hooker?
I'm definitely, my parents got me dead by then, right? Seriously. I ain't wishing for it, but I'm, I've got to be prepared.
You gotta
my
be
mother
prepared.
has a book when I die.
Yeah.
And it's literally like where this is, where that is, where the information is. That's where I'm at right now.
All right, here we go. I'm going to ask you some fucking questions.
I would love to.
Here it is, Johnny.
Really honest. We'll solve.
You solve. All right. So first, I'm going to ask advice questions. Advice that you have for other people. First,
I'm all weird.
first, do you have any advice for 18-year-old Sylvester Gannone? For you, 18-year-old you.
Honestly,
Yeah.
For me personally, if you were to say to others, advice that I would give myself at 18, patience. Yeah. Patience. I was
Mark, don't break my hand.
Do not note to self. Do not join the Navy.
Like you don't have 2% patience.
No, I literally no.
You have none.
Yeah, you're good.
My greatest gift was to choose my friends.
Right.
My parents taught me that.
You got any advice for young kids in their 20s?
Get off of social media, man. Have your own opinion. If you're going to be on it, I think it's becoming too persuasive.
Yeah. How about you've had a lot of jobs in your life? How about for bosses? Any advice you have for like young bosses that are fucking bossing people around?
If you want to talk shit, be great at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or talk to your employees or the way you'd want to be talked to.
Yeah.
I listen to people who know better. If Michael wants to tell me how to open up a business, I'm going to listen to everything he says.
Right.
So.
Yeah. How about for young workers? Any advice for them?
Be prideful. If you're going to do something, take pride in it.
Yeah.
When I do something, I do the best I can.
Yeah.
I really do. Take pride in your shit.
Yeah. How about young burglars? People that want to burglarize houses. You have any advice for them?
Yeah, quit that job because there's cameras everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
I would have sucked 11 dicks tonight. Like I could have got away with that. You'd be like, "Oh my god, what happened?" Like John sucked 11 dicks. Can't do that no more these days.
Can't do that.
Don't do the crime if you don't want to do the crime, because there's eyes everywhere these days.
Yeah, there is, man. All right, relationships. I want to ask you about relationships.
Yes, I'm magnificent at them.
All right, what's it like being your fiance or girlfriend?
Oh my god, what is it?
What would they say about you?
What would they say about me?
Yeah,
I'm sure this is what I would hope they'd say.
Yeah,
he's trying. No, I am real. I feel like I have lower perception of myself than they do.
Yeah,
but it's probably not. She probably thinks I'm sure, and I even think I am myself.
Yeah,
I've been going to relationship psychiatry for 4 months now.
Yeah,
you know what I've learned? To not say how I'm feeling.
What?
And I've learned that they are.
Yes,
they don't know how to understand when you're mad,
right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, you're a fucking cunt. Well, to her, that is an insult.
Yeah.
To me, like, I love you so much, I said that.
Right.
And I don't go around calling you a fucking cunt. At this moment, I called you a fucking cunt. But I chose this path.
Right. And
I make my bed.
Yeah.
And you're going to lay in it.
I lied somebody else's. Usually, but you get fucking ringworm.
But you're trying.
I try so hard because I'm high and I don't want to have a fight.
Right.
I'm not confrontational unless I like to debate.
No, you're unconversational. That's why you fail.
Whoa.
So I have one more story before we close up.
Yeah. And then I got my question.
It's a squirter story.
All right. Yeah, give me the squirter story.
There's a squirter story. And I always feel like this resonates.
Yeah.
I was with a squirter, and I masturbated to squirters prior to this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. A girl ejaculating. Yeah. When you see a girl coming, it's like, when we come, a girl can say they're coming, but you don't know. Yeah, but a squirt seemed like a real thing.
Right.
So I'm with one of my sister's girlfriends one night, and I'm going down on her.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to come. I'm like, yeah, girl, fucking right. And she's like, I squirt. I'm like, sock it to me, baby. It sounded like when the Coleman, you walk by the street and you hear the toilet flush, you hear, like, I'm like, I hear it coming. It's coming. It hits me in the face. It's pee. I didn't know it was 98.6 degrees. I thought it was going to be like Shasta. I start gagging. I'm like, oh, she just pissed my mouth. So now you can't throw up in her vagina. I start rubbing my nose on it. So I thought a squirt was going to be amazing, and it was not so much. I'd probably give her the best orgasm ever by convulsing between her legs. My head was shaking so bad from holding in vomit. Listen, I'll make anybody in here come with my nose on their clit.
There's nobody that has a clit in this room.
Really? Mark, have you ever seen my penis? It's a huge clit.
All right, 20 questions. Oh. It's the Angry Dave podcast. What makes you angry?
Intolerance. So when people get angry over nothing.
Yeah. Unless it's a real thing to get angry over.
Yeah. Like, hey, if you don't like what you hear, whatever, don't listen to it. You have that option.
Yeah.
Don't make it angry.
What makes you happy?
I just don't argue, confrontation.
Right. So
I'm not confrontational.
Yeah. So you just want everybody to have a good time.
Yes. I don't want to be asked.
What are you most proud of?
I think I'm proud of my perception. I have been proud. I was a plumber. I created things.
Yeah.
I put plumbing in that place.
Yeah.
I'm proud of where I am.
Where you are.
I never expected having 2 homes. Being a grown up.
Okay, gotcha. What do you struggle with the most in every day? What do you struggle with?
Not being lazy.
Yeah.
Because I love it.
What's your best quality?
My eyes. My eyes will tell 37 better jokes than my lips.
What's the worst thing about you?
I'm the biggest liar you've ever seen in your life. And not even for anything important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just lie because it's fun.
What's your dumbest mistake you ever made?
Cheating.
So vague.
No, well, again, not specifically, but cheating. When I was younger, I cheated, and I didn't realize it would have been better to be honest.
Right.
So I made a mistake. I cheated on somebody that I should have just said, I don't like you no more.
What's most important to you at this point?
Making amends for everything I've done wrong. Yes. So I'm responsible and I am doing things adult well.
Yeah.
It's just like making amends.
He's trying.
No, he's not.
This motherfucker's been my succubus for 13 years. I am the most honest person in the world.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be less thoughtful.
I'm trying to get some thought from you. We had a lot of crazy stories, right?
Yeah, you're pulling my heart apart.
I'm pulling your heart apart. The best mistake you ever made. The best mistake. You got one of those? Where you fucking thought it was stupid at the time, but it turned out to be okay?
God damn, you have the most amazing questions ever. Your 20 questions made me the least interesting person in the entire world.
Stop it.
My best mistake was just changing jobs when I thought I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I had done that.
Yeah.
And it was just a mundane situation anyway. It wasn't exciting.
No, but taking a chance when you didn't think it was going to work out.
Yes.
Yeah. How about your favorite type of porn? What's your favorite type of porn?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I don't even know, but it's definitely hairy vagina.
Hairy.
Amateur.
Okay.
I don't like produced.
Yeah.
If the porn starts with somebody coming in, I don't want characters.
Yeah.
I want a camera stand at the foot of your bed and you're making passionate love together. That is my porn type. I don't want a movie. Get to the point.
You like hairy bush?
Love hairy bush.
Oh, wow.
Give me hairy armpit. Give me hairy bush.
That's disgusting.
Yes. There's no judgment here. Hairy bush.
I'm not
my first bush ever was hairy.
I know.
That's all I imagine now.
Did you ever catch somebody having sex or get caught having sex?
I was caught having sex, yes.
Yeah.
Many times. But one time in particular.
Yes.
Is amazing.
Let me hear it.
We're at Margate.
Yeah.
And I'm with a girl. And at the time, I'm seeing somebody. She's there. I sneak off with another girl. And we have sex outside on the side of the house. So we live in a house where the window opens and it's one of my roommates. Looks out the window. I'm having sex on the ground on the house outside.
Oh, the concrete.
And he went, nothing out here. I closed my window. Yeah.
He left.
So I got caught by my friend.
I didn't see here.
But I got away with it. So I got caught and got away with it. But not the right person caught me.
If you had to be a woman for one day, what would you do?
Fuck everybody. I wouldn't suck dicks because I did.
They did it. You did it already.
I think I'd be fucking great at sex, but probably be terrible at it.
If you had a parrot like Mike used to have, right?
Remember that parrot?
Oh, I love that parrot.
It was older than him.
It was.
It was his whole life. You had it.
If you had a
It's
parrot,
weird.
what would you teach the parrot to say?
What's your fucking combination to your saying? He's watched you for years. He's watched you.
That's what he's waiting for.
He watched for years him stuff money everywhere. Where's the money at?
Where's the money?
Where's the money at?
Come on, pal. You say 37 words. You got to say at least 8 numbers.
Right.
Yeah. Need 8 numbers from you.
Awesome.
What type of music do you hate?
Country. Even if you do it to me nice, I fucking hate it. I've been working in bars and I'm agitated.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Like I'm working, it's busy.
Yeah.
And I realized it was the music making me angry.
Yeah.
Not even like I'm like angry. It's just the whiny tone.
Yeah.
So I hate real country.
Yeah.
Country makes me honestly angry. I would literally get up right now and slam this cup on the floor and walk out to show you how much I hate country.
What annoys you most about people when they do it? Like something that really annoys you about other people?
There's lots of things. My biggest annoyment is noise.
Yeah.
So I am like, when people are loud, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
My sister was loud.
Yeah.
My grandmother's calls her 9th Street Huckster. That's what you got. I know what a huckster was. You're in 9th Street Huckster. I don't like noise pollution. Yeah. I don't like open mouth chewing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I have friends that are fucking established grown-ups with people that have not told them, like their girlfriends and all, like your mouth is open.
You know what I
I don't understand. It makes me uncomfortable.
I can't stand about people that are just rude. Like just that have to just in your fucking space and don't like act like you don't exist, but you know the motherfuckers think that you're there and they just pretend that they don't.
I'm petrified of confrontation.
It makes me want to rip fucking people's ears off.
Literally, I am the
angry dick.
Yeah.
I watched a fight. I now watch for excitement fights on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, people get knocked out. And I'm the first one in a fight, but it's breaking it up. Like I feel like I'm stupid to not know what I should be doing, but I don't. I want to stop it. Like I'm in the middle, but I'm petrified.
Yeah, me too. I always want to stop fighting.
Run. You run from confrontation.
We will talk about you running from our fight in the 90s.
If you got arrested and nobody knew why you were arrested, what would they think?
DUI. I drive down the shore drunk.
Yeah.
Every week.
Oh boy. If you could be the best at one thing in the world, what would it be?
I would be the best musician.
Why?
Because it's easier to be an athletic. And I like music.
I got 3 more questions. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
It's a politic thing. If I could change one thing, it would be like no news.
Yeah.
None
of this nonsense.
If you're interested, Google it or read it.
Yeah.
I just don't want it in your face.
When you die, if God exists and you get to the pearly gates, what do you want God to say to you?
Yo, Bo, I hope I did good. When I see him, I'm like, did I make you laugh? Did I make you laugh?
Yeah.
Because I've done rotten things. I've stolen, I've robbed, but it was never like I always say when I pray to him, I always say,
Wasn't malicious.
like you know where like you know what I did, where I was coming from.
Yeah.
Like you know where I was coming from.
Yeah.
You know my true root of, and there's never maliciousness in what I do.
Right.
I literally am. Everything is for a reaction.
Yeah.
Everything is for. My father was funny.
Yeah.
I hope to be funny.
Yeah.
And it's all for that. I love captivating people. I don't do it with looks.
So I guess that's
although they love his blue eyes.
That they love his blue eyes.
I do. I make magic with these bitches.
Dude, last question. What do you want everybody to remember you for when it's all said and done?
Being one of the funniest people that people know.
Yeah.
Literally, if I die tomorrow, Michael's saying to you, John's one of the funnier people. Mark, it's already been put in place.
Yeah.
And, I appreciate that because a lot of times I'll tell jokes that make me uncomfortable and they're putting me out there.
Right. But
when they appreciate it,
yeah,
it's worth every single second of it. I'll do it 100 times again.
Right.
And now we're at the point where I make them uncomfortable. Like my power is saying things when you shouldn't or whatever.
Yeah. They're off color.
But I get away with it because I don't have any. I love everybody. I'm not angry. I love everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm not procedural. I just want everybody to laugh all the time.
Yeah. I appreciate you being here. And these fucking two nitwits.
Yeah.
They're all right, too. This is the craziest shit I've ever done in my life. I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
His dad walks in on us one day, and he's like,
"Your dad walks in on you, fucking."
Not like that.
Again?
She definitely.
Yeah, they were like, the dude was like, she became a secret.
John, we just told crime stories. I do not care if you cursed.
I think we were looking at his dad's board at the Playboy magazine.
I will lick your penis tonight if you give me more.
And she said yes.
And kept going?
Oh, yeah.
So we get straight.
We're doing anything else.
Standards are very low. He's the better.
It smelled like baby powder and spearmint.
And David Copperfield was there.
Yeah, and he literally disappeared. I'm an ordained minister. I've married 2 people.
Attention, first snort. 5 minutes. Guys, are we going to get past the introduction?
Why not?
We're this close to.
Should totally move.
Don't forget what Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a shame he was so excited. I told him we're doing a Marshall. He came down to like introduce himself. It's just us.
Shut up, Mike.